Still got 42 minutes on the level. 20,000, 40,000, 5k ante. Come chat to us. We're seeing your comments flying through. Also see a few people entering the spin and go competition. That's good to see. By all means, include PokerStars TV, but make sure you have PSC win. We're quite happy to watch the fact that people are doing well. I see Ryan Keister, as we speak, has just managed to win a hand with a 7 deuce. 7 deuce. Spades and hearts. Good job, sir.
Molsa on Twitch asks, what determines whether you can muck or have to show at the end like that?
It's ordinarily down to who was the last aggressor. So in fact there, Vitkin was quite kind in that by rights he could have forced Knee to show first, because though they both checked on the river, the last aggressive action was Knee making the bet after the turn. That is the usual rule, is whoever was the last aggressive better has to show first.
And technically you can muck the hand if you want no part of the pot. Although if it is checked down or if it's a called bet, your opponent can ask to see the hand.
Yeah. A lot of people you see, especially in live games, they've got to the river, they made some big bold bet on the river that gets snap called, and they'll just get their cards straight into the muck to try and get out of town. One of my pleasures, one of my small poker pleasures in life was playing against Robert Mizrazi.
The Grinder? No, sorry, Grinder's brother.
Yeah, his brother. And him really attacking me and me making a call on the river where he just mucked immediately. I was like, yes.
That's a cool, yeah, that's a cool moment.
It is. You can't help it. Your heart pumps for a good 30 minutes after that. A raise from Knee. 85,000 with his suited Queen 10. Hearts on the button. Just the blinds to get through. Gavam is out. And Vladimir Troyanovsky in the big blind.
85. Yep.
Defends with a 10-8. Some way behind right now, but of course there's always the flop. Oh my lord, what was I thinking? Man alive.
Flops the Joint.
7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. That is what we like to call in poker a straight. But of course, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. So up and down for Knee. Also got the Queen over card. I mean, I was just... all the things I'm so glad I didn't say when Vladimir defends with the big blind and you see the dominated hand. And then the flop does that.
Well, there's a reason why domination's 75%, 25%. 70-30. 68.
Well, the thing is, I've just seen what happened here, so I think those numbers must have been wrong. Most of the time. So a continuation bet into the jaws of death from Knee. And gets it raised back, and Knee has got enough of this and is an aggressive enough player. These boys might go to war. A lot of people in Twitch just getting ready for the storm. They're like, oh my god.
What storm? I mean, he's only got a draw at this point.
Yeah, but we've seen him go to town with way less. I'm just trying to build up some excitement, Joe. Stop bringing me down.
Don't bring me down.
Don't bring me down.
6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Wow, Troyanovsky improves to a 6 card straight. Not a real thing, disclaimer.
6, 7, 9, 10. Nope, still nothing for me.
It's worth checking though, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah, well, no, nothing.
I've got a lanyard with the hand rankings here. More about that in the next episode of Poker in the Ears. And now, having been passive throughout, just check called a beautiful, excuse me, check raise the beautiful trap from the flop now. Decides the best course of action is to start being more aggressive. 725,000 already in this pot. 335,000.
Seems like a pretty easy fold for Queen 10 at this point. Is a double gutter? What was his hand here? Is it a single gut shot? An 8 makes him a straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack. That's it. So your chance of hitting that, not that good.
Well, what about the king?
Your chance of hitting either one of those, not that good, right?
I mean, no, it still doesn't make it awesome.
Right. And then, if it's a diamond, you don't really like it. So that takes out 2 of your outs.
Again, it's only because we've seen him be pretty aggressive, even with the likes of 3-4 on the ace-queen high board. He has a tendency, and in fact, is he reaching for more chips here? He is reaching for more chips here. This pot is growing nearly 1.4 million.
He's going for it. And misses.
Third club down, the jack of clubs on the river, so we've got a jack-jack 9-7-6 board.
Right, 2 different flush draws out there. Even less reason to chase that. Yeah. That's straight.
Really strange decision, unless he's now... Oh, I was going to say if he goes crazy over the top of another bet from Troianovski, but Troianovski slows down. Man, Twitch are loving this hand. Good for you, Twitch.
Calling for the sick bluff. I don't know that that will work. The way Vlad has just played this hand, it seems like he really is trying to induce exactly such a move. Doesn't go for it.
Exactly as it went down with Vitkin a little while back. A handsome pot, and that catapults Vladimir Troianovski to the top of our table. 3.15 million for him now. Lavrenti knee down to 1.6. Still 40 big blinds, but it's a big, big drop.
I've got a friend named Nee. He cast a spell on me. Vladdy, number 1, numero uno. Top of the heap, king of the hill, a number 1.
This has got to be quite tempting for Gavam, who's been pretty much sat on 30 big blinds for as long as I've been here, to see that actually these guys really are prepared to make some pretty big pots, get some movement going. Not suggesting for a minute he'll be satisfied with sitting still while someone gets knocked out, but it's quite a profitable way to go, and encouraging when you start off looking at being the shortest stack, even with 30 big blinds when everyone is so high above you. But we can see just a couple of key hands there. Bring Lavrenti knee right down nearby, and he's off. That's it. Is that enough? I'm out of here. Gonna have a firm word with himself over in the corner.
Король 10 крестей, дама 10 крестей. Король дама на.
Валет платит просто.
Король дама может не потянуть. Там валет. Валет может сам еще
поставить. Cheeky button steal, is it gonna work?
Probably
not against Shirshikov. We'll see. Does not have a very good hand.
Узнаем. Ну, парень-то творческий.
Да не сказать, что прям...
The old Jackson 5.
Нет, ну какой?
Есть и более творческий.
Не, вообще да. Я его только не особо творческий.
Стрит всегда приятен. Золотом. Есть разброс.
Я даже если бы нацем остался, я бы все равно чекал.
The steal, re-steal.
I mean,
raise? Is that a free bet?
Check push.
Yeah, it is.
That's the only way I ever want to see someone play Jack 5 from the big blind.
We always used to say that when you start feeling like playing Jack 5, that's how you know it's time to call it a day. We used to play cash games.
Agreed. And good instincts from Sheshikov. Very quietly going about his business. Not such a high variance game for him as Lavrentini. I thought Lavrentini was going to miss his hand there. He's back just in time.
It's a nice juicy hand in the small blind. Jack 9 suited.
It's my water?
I don't know, maybe mine.
You sounded like you had high expectations there, Joe, and nothing happened.
I think it's mine.
Sorry about that.
No, I thought there was going to be a fight over the water.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure.
My water? No, I think you'll find it's my water, sir.
Sheshikov is still second in chips, however, not much between him and Vlad.
Under the gun, starting with Gavam, folds his Jack 7. A lot of Jack rubbish hands coming round. There's another one, told you.
Yeah, well, how about a rubbish queen?
I'll take that. Having seen the Jack 5 and the Jack 7, Queen 7 starts kind of looking pretty. Of course, we are now 5-handed. We're not going to get the huge confrontations. People are going to start getting more creative, open up more based on opponents and position. 100,000. And knee in the big blind with pocket 6 is really keen to see how a player like he plays this.
Yeah, that's that should be pretty interesting. I think flatting makes a lot of sense. You don't necessarily want to get 4-bet with your 2 6s. Which are still good, even though there are 3 overcards out there. Can't really love it.
No, very hard to get too excited about this. And Sheshikov did raise pre-flop, so he has the betting lead if he fancies continuing this. Got position, got a lot of chips. Got a lilac checkered shirt. And he does continue for 125,000. I mean, as you said, Joe, knee ahead, but you look at that board, you think about the streaks of action to come, you look at your chip stack.
The one thing you got going for you is that maybe if you call once, you get a free card. Maybe even all the way to a free showdown. It's pretty unlikely the way these guys play. They're all pretty aggressive. And he understandably folds the best hand.
Well, that looks dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. But I mean, if you want me to go, I suppose, okay. Satellites are running until June 18th. Everything from €1.10 upwards. 17 tournaments, 7 days.
Sorry, I was just looking up flights.
Oh, no, it's fine.
From Marbella.
I mean, I'll go in with you if you can get like a cheap.
A companion fare?
Yeah. Even if I have to like sit in a wheelchair or something, whatever gets us there, Joe. Costa del Sol. Good lord, whoever thought that would become the poker fun destination? Sounds good to me.
Looks like a pretty decent flop for one of these players.
Yeah, it says blind on blind. Knee just limped in. Gavam checked in the big blind. It's King 3 versus 10-7 suited. King has hit for Gavam, immediately catapults him to a 95% favorite, but it is Knee doing the betting right now.
Gotta love top pair and the backdoor gut shot. You know, the backdoor wheel draw.
It's always nice, just have a little bit extra. You're going to be pretty confident with the king, but you don't like your kicker. But in this case, the kicker kind of potentially transforms the junk on the board into something meaningful. Give you those little tiny percentage edges, help you on your way to making a decision.
Interesting raise. Have not seen too much raising on flops or turns or rivers.
I mean, we can see from these cards that he is starting to invest some quite valuable chips into some quite, not weak situations, but, you know, not optimal situations. I wonder if just people at the table are tuning into that and starting to push back at him particularly. Maybe it's just coincidence because of the cards.
Like, I guess you're hoping when you raise here, your opponent has a 4 or a deuce that they're going to get stubborn with.
I mean, he did not raise pre, but I guess small blind on big blind, you don't necessarily. I'm trying to think of what hands Gavan might be worried about.
This is kind of like a loose and deuce. And it looks like induction is what's happened here.
Induction.
Inducification. This is a flop 3-bet.
Yeah, 215. Raise 215. Minimal raise.
Now here's where things get tricky. You didn't induce a shove. You just induced a 3-bet. So your opponent is 3-betting you with a hand that's beating you. So you want to go all in. Or it's a hand that's not beating you and you also don't want to go all in. Because there aren't a lot of hands that you're beating right now that are going to call another raise. So, Gavam just calls.
Knee, I mean, just keeps getting himself in these spots where he's kind of just digging away. Oh, well, that's an interesting one. Here comes a second club. So now we have the 5 of clubs. Remind you, we're on a king 4 deuce double diamond flop. Now on the turn, the 5 of clubs. It's another will card draw for Gavam. It gives Knee the 10 high flush draw. Also, well, actually, no, also nothing else.
I think there's a really good chance we see a lot of chips go in on this card. Because Knee has no choice but to keep repping huge. And Gavam can't fold at this point either.
And Knee must be sick of these spots where he keeps repping huge, and then it gets to a river and he just has to check, lose. So this is a fantastic invitation that says, well, you've been selling the story. Now actually you've got some cards to back it up. Rather than being a complete bluff, now it's a semi-bluff. Welcome to $500,000 in the pot. People shouting for the king of clubs on the river. Sick individuals.
No. Oh. That wasn't all in. I think the sickest card is the ace of clubs, right? Because then you don't even think someone's got a flush. And then Gavam makes a straight. Anyway, no sweat on a river bet. It's all in here or it's nothing.
My feeling is Knee's reputation over the last half hour has kind of become somewhat of a crazy guy.
Well, you gotta wonder what Gavam's plan was.
Yeah.
When he raised the flop. Did he want to fold with top pair?
Maybe. With the 3 kicker, maybe he just thought, you know, I think I'm ahead. Let's just get this done or put it to the test. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Probably not an optimal approach, but possible.
I don't think I've seen Gavan being particularly. I think maybe a bit risk averse. Like when he thinks he's ahead, that's when he will fire, and maybe would have been happy to shut it down on the flop.
I mean, did he want to get it in before, and now he doesn't like the wheel card?
The problem for me is all I can think about is Knee and what we've seen him do in the last hour. And I know we have the advantage of having properly seen what he's done, but a lot of what he's done has been quite visible. Him being aggressive and aggressive and aggressive, and then check mucking and giving up on hands. So I feel perhaps negatively has a bit of a reputation for just going crazy bonkers and then getting
There's
out
the
of
call.
It. Gavan calls it. Great call. He's going to feel fantastic about that.
He is going to need some help.
Still got 8 outs to dodge with 1 card to come, or we are going to see a huge dent in Knee's stack. He would find himself down to less than 10 big blinds.
Chop.
Gonna need to make a flush here on the river.
Or he is going to be a serious shorty.
Yeah. I can't help but think he's kind of done it to himself a huge amount of the time here. Let's see it, dealer.
No for Knee.
Wow. You feel a bit sick applauding that, really, let's be honest.
Gavam doubles up. Got what he wanted, I guess. A little unorthodox the way this hand went down. With the flop raise and 3-bet. And needless to say, this guy is super short, 9 big blinds.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those spots for Gavan where you feel so awesome about having made the call, and now you've got to sit with, like, trying not to throw up while you wait for that river card to come. You've done everything right, but the cards can still punish you for your correctness. 2.2 million now. And I commented how he had been stuck around the 30 big blind mark. Now up to 55. So we've got 4 giants, 55, 67, 77, 78 big blinds. Respectively for Gavan, Vitkin, Trojanovsky, and Shoshikov. Lavrenti Knee. He's going to be on the button for the next hand, but very, very short stacked.
It's really sad because he's the only player at the table that doesn't have a decimal point in his stack. 2.23 million, 3.14 million, 3.15 million, 2.71 million, and then just 395. No.
0.395.
Yep, exactly. He does have the decimal point.
Yeah.
1 less comma than every other stack. 9 big blinds. We will be seeing him all in very soon. He's got nothing to lose. Not like he's going to ladder up unless there's some ridiculous cooler that happens.
Well, it's been folded to him. Pavel and Dmitry are out of this. Round 2, Lavrenti, if he wants it. Doesn't look like he does on this occasion.
Nice call.
Thank you.
It was a nice call.
I check. No. Lost hand.
King Queen versus 10-4 pair for Vlad.
Check.
Yeah, I do not think that those suits are right. That's why we just lost graphics for a second. Yep, it was 2 hearts, not 2 diamonds. Now we got some diamonds.
Yeah, I must say that tripped me up. I looked down and back up and I saw Gavan Thinking, wow, that's been very cash, stacking your big chips, and you've now got something to think about. Got the gut shot with the jack. Got a potential nut draw.
Bet 45,000.
Or at least second nuts, if any diamond comes down. 2 pair for Vladimir Troyanovsky, however. The king of 2 pairs. I mean, I'm just saying that because he's had it once before recently. That's all it takes for me to crown you.
I got chastised for suggesting a raise in this spot before.
I will try.
However, 10-4, highly susceptible.
Business.
The board pairs, you hate it. A diamond, you hate it. A heart, you hate it. Another Broadway card, you hate it. I mean, of course, unless the board pairing is a 10 or a 4.
120,000 to call. The price to Gavam if he wants to see the last card take a river, see if he can get there in one of the many ways that he can. 27% behind right now.
Call seems fairly obvious. You're drawn to the nuts, the nut straight, and the nut flush. So you're not really worried about what Vlad has. Specifically, you don't have to worry too much right now. Reevaluate on the river depending on what peels off.
Well, it's a re-raise to 370,000.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, this... I don't know about this. Again, weird raise from Gavam.
He isn't doing things the way we're expecting them, though, and that might be a good thing.
I mean, Vlad's got one of the few better hands that I think would fold. Like, this is maybe the strongest hand that someone would consider folding.
But as you said, the thing is, that board is so full of potential, but no one can necessarily have got there yet. You know, you can so easily understand why a player would be playing back at you so strong. But you are sitting with 2 pair, and that's not an easy thing to just hit here. A recap on your screen of how we got here. It was all very passive.
Like, what's Gavam repping? He limps in pre-flop. And we know people have been limping in with fairly strong hands or whatever, but, like, what's his most likely hand that he can 3-bet this flop with? Ace-10?
I mean, probably
sets.
Yeah, I mean,
but you know,
I mean, the hand he has. I mean, that's you know, I mean, that's the things. It feels like you're.
Well, there's a lot of draws, exactly.
Yeah, it feels like you're just shouting, playing my big draw real strong, and that's why I wonder for Troyanovsky here. It's a bit like the previous hand with Gavan, where he calls with it on the turn and is correct, but now you got fade all of those outs on the river, and it kind of feels like this is a reverse of that. I think it feels very highly likely that if you're Troyanovsky, you kind of just know exactly where Gavam is because it's the only thing that makes a lot of sense. Vladimir not going anywhere. We've got 845,000 in this pot as Vladimir Troyanovsky calls. If this is a brick, it's going to be very hard for Gavam to know what to do next. Well, I consider that a brick. I mean, the 6-8 of diamonds didn't just get there. And this is a real tricky spot for Gavam. I don't know what you do here, and you can't just do a knee and check up on it.
Well,
now you're gonna lose.
can.
Well, but I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I didn't love the 3-bet on the turn.
No, I'm with you there.
Like, you're gonna get some better hands to fold because you're of king high, so like even a pair of 7s folds, you're doing okay. But once Vlad is already raised, he's not gonna raise a hand like that.
Я прочекал флоп, у меня нет совпадений. У меня купилась десятка, я решил. Десятки типа его давануть. А после его рейза у него типа там тузы теперь появилось много. Как бы я просто, скорее всего, одну десятку снесу.
The There you are, up nearly 1.8 million from the start of the day. Top of our table now by some margin. 3.5 million for Vladimir Troyanovsky. Pavel Sheshikov, excuse me, 3 million. Dmitry Vitkin, 2.7. Sayed Gavam after that confrontation, 1.8, and the short stack. Need just 385,000 to play with. 10 minutes still on the clock.
Let's take a look at a couple of tweets, some of your comments. Charles says, I could not find the password for the TV free roll. Please help. It's right there. Right in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Nah, I was kidding. We haven't given it out yet, buddy.
Nia's all in with his pocket eights. Gavam not going to take him on with the Jack 9. Troyanovsky with the ace-2 suited. Look at those eyebrows. The eyebrows of interest. They call those around these here parts.
All in 385.
I love that. All in for 385. How much to me? 365. Okay. And sorry, and the all in again? 385.
385.
Right. And
how much,
sorry.
How much more is it for me?
Sorry, is that in total? Okay. I wouldn't look at Vladimir like that. He'll knock you out of a tournament if you're not careful. He has called. It's a good spot for knee.
And we still got a big blind.
Yeah, we've still got Pavel Sheshikov in the mix. Just the call from Troyanovsky. No attempt to isolate. Oh, my lord.
What do you do here? Do you just call?
I think I personally would just call and stare at the side of Troyanovsky's face for a while. I mean, you know, we are down to the last 5, so laddering up now, some considerable value. Looks like Sheshikov is going to make us look like idiots by doing completely the opposite. And telegraphing to Troyanovsky, get out my way. I'll take the boy on. See, in my mind, it feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity to play against Troyanovsky with a premium hand. But, of course, the laddering, the ICM considerations, yada, yada, yada.
Or maybe you can get Vlad to put his money in bad before the flop also.
That's the difference between me, someone who likes playing poker, and me, someone who isn't very good at making money at playing poker. I don't see the ICM. I don't see the ladder. I just go, ace, queen. Let's not worry about knee, because we can't do anything about that. Let's see if I can get into a hand against Troyanovsky here.
But you're saying that's why you would call?
That's why I would call.
So ignoring knee would be the reason why I would 3-bet this. Because I'm not trying to get Vlad out of the hand. I'm just playing my hand against Vlad now, and I think I have the best hand, so I want to put more money in.
True enough. It's only because... Oh, no, actually, no. Do you know what? I've forgotten the fact that he's out of position to Troyanovsky. So, yeah. I was about to say, well...
He's in position.
He's in position on Troyanovsky, so that certainly does affect. I yield. I yield to your much better point.
I think this is a good fold by Vlad. I don't think this is like a spot where Shershikov's often going to be like messing around to try to pick up dead money and like get Vlad to fold a good hand and then he doubles up. So it's just a little bit of a cooler there that you both wake up with aces. So we are flipping.
Yeah, we're off to the races. Lavrenti is going to be the player at risk, but is ahead.
Like having six-pack abs versus having a sense of humor. One of these two hands has a slight mathematical advantage.
Просто как плевок в лицо. Сейчас я просто задвинул туда. Половину своего рейнджа просто запихал all-in, и ты просто
Okay, here we go.
свалился.
6-7 jack and 3 diamonds down.
It is not looking very good for eights.
I mean, just the percentages alone, for a guy who hasn't actually directly connected to be 53% favorite with 2 cards to come lets you know how many outs available. Diamonds, queen, ace, ouch.
Diamond. Drawing dead.
That is all done, and you are dead on the turn. We are going to lose Lavrenti Knee in 5th place.
Take it easy, buddy.
A good showing. I feel bad to say it feels like he did a huge amount of the damage to himself by being overly adventurous. I guess you get down to the short-handed, the five-handed, and you feel like you've got to be more experimental, more aggressive. It just did not work out for him. Lots of busted draws that he ended up paying up, but he gets 8.5 million rubles for his troubles. We're down to 4 players, 6 minutes left on this level before the next scheduled break.
Rubles up the wazoobles. We are getting down to it.
Yep. By the way, I just want to send some love to Smitty, one of our regulars, who says he's got to nip out and get his hair cut. He's got an interview tomorrow. The good news is we run really good with interviews. I think it was Moonchild, the last time we broadcast from Monte Carlo, went on an interview during our stream and got the job. So, good luck, my friend. You do realize if you get the job, you won't be able to watch the streams anymore, though. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying blow it. I'm not saying, like, throw a spanner in the works. I'm just saying you still want to be one of our friends. Kind of hard to do with a job, isn't it? Incidentally, Shishikov, nearly 4 million now after that rather splendid hand for him. 3.9. Vladimir behind him by about 1 million, just over 3. Dmitry Vitkin just over 2.5 million. And Gavam now, who has laddered up, having been a short stack for a while, or the shorter stack, now just shy of 2 million. So pretty deep again, but only 5 minutes on the level. Bit of information body your screen about what's coming up in the break in 5 minutes time. Stick around for that. You gotta be faster than that, sorry.
Jerry writes in to say, I don't think his sense of humor ever beats the six-pack. I don't know, man. You might want to take a look at some comedians' wives.
Good point. 9, 10, Jack, Queen.
Wow.
And now a king. I think that means I've won. However, there's always a Vladimir in the pack, which is a familiar
Russian.
There's a familiar Russian saying that says there's always a Vladimir in the pack, and there is. Look, and he can do it with a cheeky smile. Safe in the knowledge that he would have to be very unlucky, considering how passive this action was. And Mr. Dmitry Vitkin did not get to where he is today by falling into those kind of traps. Worth mentioning, a few of our viewers have been reporting on hashtag PokerStars TV that they've been winning the hands with the 7 deuce. Don't forget that is going on till a minute to midnight. You can win yourself a hand in real money. Zoom, spin and go. Win a hand. Just a hand with 7 deuce. Get us the proof. Boomer link, screenshot, hand ID, hashtag PSC win. 10 winners will be drawn randomly. I'm guessing we've not announced the 10 winners from yesterday yet today?
We have. We absolutely
have. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I missed that. And
And
lots of entries today. That's great. Keep them coming. Enjoy your poker. That's going to be my new sign-off. I stole it for a guy who got sacked from Gardener's World.
What does that? Enjoy your gardening?
Enjoy your garden.
Enjoy your garden.
Enjoy your garden. It's cute, isn't it? And then a year later, they got rid of him. They went, yeah, we don't really like you. Apparently, he wasn't using the big words enough. You go, here's a nice chrysanthemum. And all the gardeners like, no, it's a, whatever chrysanthemum is in Latin.
Gerundius.
Flowerus.
Tulipusius.
Yeah. Enjoy your garden. Gone. Like that he was. Sheshikov made it 90,000. Got the call from Gavam.
Dominated ace. Excuse me, dominated 8 out there.
Yes. Ace 8 for Gavam, 10-8 for Sheshikov. It is a king, queen, deuce. Flop. King of diamonds, queen of diamonds.
Просто слишком мало. Ты в подкол здесь попадаешь иногда. С всякими король-дамами здесь могут добавлять.
Check.
Как показала практика, тут осилит.
5 of diamonds. Both players pick up flush draws.
Сетевые, конечно, зайдут.
Gavam's slightly better.
Все-таки за выбивание. Там и могут валять 10 добавить, и дам валят. Нет, ну то есть, ты если готов играть такой чек-чек-чек-чек до конца. И проигрывать часто. Сюда и выигрывать там. Так же бывает часто. Ну как здесь можно бросить? Здесь вылет. Финалка, как бы 2 ляма разница. Он добавляет на...
Ну, что-то выставляет, а там дама валет разный, что он выбросит.
Well, he's out of position, but he's got the big overcard. He's got the big diamond.
Да потому что
Gavam
это...
comes firing out for 105,000, and a fast fold from Sheshikov
Он
there.
же не рейзит, он кол играет.
И туз короли.
Looks like we're gonna get in one more hand.
Он же не рейзит.
И ни одной руки он не
Кол
бьет.
играет.
Did you already tell the kids what the blinds are on the next level?
I didn't.
Мне кажется, он...
What are the blinds in the next level, Joe?
Если любой человек...
I don't know. I was hoping you knew.
Не
Проиграл задачу.
плохую карту
Trapdoor open.
заводить.
Where are we now? 2040, 25, 2550 next on the table.
Sure about that?
Понял, короче, тут два буду.
Yeah.
I think 30-60.
Not according to the information I've been provided with, Joseph. But the information I've been provided with, it's 50-50.
I'm just messing with you. I think we should put it to a vote. Personally.
Let the audience decide.
Let's roll it back to 50-100. Get those green chips back out. The other greens.
It's a call from the small blind. Gavam gonna take a look if Vladimir Troinovsky lets him. Oh, but then again, an ace-jack is more than enough for the big blind, excuse me, to raise up. He makes it 125,000. King 10 though. I mean King 10. King 10. Four-handed. Heads up. King 10. That's all I'm saying. What I'm saying, Joe, is King 10.
Yes, King 10.
It's a good hand.
No tanking with the King 10. Quick fold.
Oh, and there we are. You're absolutely right. That was the last hand of the level.
And you were right, despite my best efforts to trip you up. 25.50 with a 5K ante when we come back.
And this is how things are. So, finally, we lost Bubnov and Nee. Finally, some departures from our final six. Gavam's the shortest stack with 37 big blinds. Big chip lead. Sheshikov, 3.8. Vladimir Troinovsky with 3.35 million. Dmitry Vitkin with 2.5 million. Don't forget, we've got more content in the break, and after that break, more action here from our main event. So join us for that here from the PokerStars Championship, Sochi.